All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. Happy weekend to you. I hope you're doing well. As usual, back again to let you know what's currently happening with our players, like Chelle, and everything in between. And of course, you do know that today is weekend, and we have some expectations from some of our players who will be making appearances with their different club sides. And speaking about these clubs, we actually had one early kickoff from last night, and that involved Wilfred and this Leicester City. They actually were disgraced 4 goals to 0 for that game by Brentford. And to be honest, I don't really know uh, what's happening with Leicester City these days. Not these days. I think they've obviously had a really bad season. It's not even about their recent results. They've been losing games, back to back to back, and I really don't even see a future for Van Nistelrooy at this club. I think he's going to get the sack very soon if he doesn't change things, very quickly. Because of course, uh, as it stands now, they are in a very perilous position, sinking down into the relegation zone at 19th place with 17 points. From 26 games. That's obviously not acceptable. I'm not sure that he will be able to keep his job, for long. But again, nothing to talk about these guys' performances because obviously all of them were bad on the night. They had some really bad ratings, including midfielder Wilfred in the day. But again, we have games this today, which is Saturday. We'll have a lot of games in the EPL. We will see, the likes of Arsenal play against uh, the likes of West Ham. That game's coming up around 4 p.m. And of course, NWANERI, who's someone of interest for Shell, as it looks to see if he can, convince this man to come fortify our attacking play. So this man is also going to be on show tonight, and it's going to be interesting to see how he affects the game for Arsenal, particularly during this time that they're having some injury issues. But again, we'll see what happens. And aside from that, we have Fulham playing against Crystal Palace around 4 p.m. as well. So Kevin Bassi, Alex Iwobi, of course, regular players for this Fulham side. I'm sure they're going to also, get the nod to start and finish this game. And then we have Southampton, Paul Onuachu, Joe Aribo, and Ugochukwu Southampton playing against Brighton. Very, very interesting game. Uh, we will see what will be the end of it. But it's not just in the EPL. Of course, we have some games in the German Bundesliga. One of which is Leverkusen's game against Kiel. That game comes up around 15:30, which is 3:30. And of course, we will see what happens with the Boniface and Nathan Teller, obviously in contention to make some huge statement for that game. That we're hoping to get back to win ways, especially following the fact that they drew their last two games. Last one against Bayern Munich and last two games against Wolfsburg. So they'll want to get back into winning ways and close the gap in the first place between Bayern Munich. But we'll see how all of these games play out later today. But moving away from that, guys, Ademola Lookman's case is still kind of lingering in the media as we speak right now. And the last video, I'll let you guys know the reactions from some of football legends, some of Africa's legends, the likes of Didier Drogba, the likes of JJ Okocha. These guys came out to offer some huge support for Ademola Lookman, you know, relating to what he has been through, uh, from the comments of his manager who came out to say that he is one of the worst, penalty takers. And right now, there's been some more support coming in from top legends as well. Samuel Eto'O is now the latest to react to Ademola Lookman's situation with his coach and Atalanta. And he reacted on his Instagram where he said that my young brother, memory in football lasts 90 minutes. Focus on the next match. For the rest of us, you are and will always be our champion. Only those who have the courage to shoot can miss. Thank you for your courage, great champion, as Mola Lukman. So this is the message that Samuel Eto'O has sent out to Ademola Lookman via his Instagram, of course, trying to uplift the spirit of Ademola Lookman, which was obviously hurt and brought down by that statement from his coach. And beyond what Samuel Eto'o has said and beyond what other legends has also said, as I mentioned before, the club, you know, have been doing some series of uh, processes to try and correct the whole situation, try and get the club back to normal, get the spirits kicking right again, get the spirit high, get the morale high, get the dressing room to be as calm and lively as it used to be, a couple of days ago before that incident. But it's not just the Atlanta owners and management, but also the fans have sent out a banner. Actually, uh, they actually placed the banner at the Atalanta Training Center where they wrote some things, in the hope of motivating Ademola Lookman to, you know, to keep fighting, to not get deterred by such statements by the coach. And that statement, although it was written in Italian, but it's what it simply says is that they are thanking Ademola Lookman and they want him to not, be bothered by what the coach said, that they appreciate him and that they want him to keep, fighting for the club as much as he has always done. So this is the message from the fans. So from all corners, Ademola Lookman is getting all the support that he needs, which is obviously something really nice to see. And everyone is supporting him. CAF is supporting him, on their social, Super Eagles on their social. Every single person right now is siding Ademola Lookman, and this is definitely something that's going to go a long way to uh, restore back his confidence, on and off the pitch. And we know that this man is not someone that talks too much. He hardly even makes noise. He's a cool guy. He's a gentle guy. Of course, when something like this happens to him, then obviously you know that there has to be a problem somewhere because this guy is one of the most peaceful and dedicated players that we have in the Super Eagles. But to wrap up, guys, some updates about Coach Eric Shaw. Of course, he's been in the country for several days now, maybe even up to a week plus, and he's been watching. He's been attending some football games with the under 20, and then with the NPFL football match at the Onikan Stadium involving Ikorodu City versus Plateau United. And obviously, I know I've talked about this before, but this is the latest that has happened right now with Coach Eric Shell. And it's also important to know that NFF has now finally found him a house at a highbrow area in Asokoro. That's where they reportedly rented him a house. It's not an outright buy of the house, of the property, but it's a rentage of uh, the bungalow, which is where he's going to be staying at a very, very secure, highbrow, wealthy area of the Asokoro city. So that is what's happened. That's where he's going to stay now and have his residence, have his office as well, and be close to, to the action, and get himself immersed in the preparation for next month's game.